Hello. Clients have recently been asking me how can they help key executives be more strategic, especially when they are presenting to the board. And I thought that might be an excellent skill to share with you because we're in these uncertain times. And during uncertain times, strategy and planning and being forward looking is more important than ever. So, strategy involves actually several EQ skills and one big picture skill, which is actually an intellectual skill. So I would assume most executive leaders or C-suite leaders are already proficient in, in IQ. Otherwise, you probably wouldn't have hired them in the first place. Most likely, they've had to be smart enough to get a certification, such as being a CPA or a project management certification or a SHRM certification or anything else. So let's assume that they have that intellectual skill, which is being able to see the big picture and put things into perspective. If they're still not being as strategic as you would like them to be, then I'm going to suggest we look underneath that skill because it is most likely an emotional intelligence skill, which is affecting their ability to deliver to the board in the way that you would hope that they would. So the three that I look at mostly would be emotional self-awareness, empathy, and of course reality testing. And what do I mean by that? Maybe it'll make sense to you that somebody has to be able to have enough emotional self-awareness in the first place to know how they're feeling, what they're feeling, to be able to put a label on it in the moment that they're feeling it, because being able to recognize your own emotions will help you to be able to recognize the emotions of, let's say, the board members or the committee or whomever you are delivering a presentation to. Could be the CEO. Would it make sense to you that if you don't know what you're feeling, how are you going to be able to read into and recognize what somebody else is feeling? So we need to have that skill first, and then working on the skill of empathy is the skill of listening. It is the skill of putting yourself in somebody else's mindset, seeing things from their perspective. Whether or not you agree with them, you don't need to agree. Are you able to see things the way they most likely see them and understand the reasons why they might see them that way? So you can imagine that's a very important skill for an executive leader to have. It will help them imagine the mindset of whomever it is they're presenting to or talking to, and then they can be forward thinking and formulate and communicate their message in a way that's going to probably land best to the other people. Clear communication is very, very important in this area. Being able to communicate clearly, succinctly, and on point. And for that, we need the third skill, in my opinion, which would be reality testing. And what is that? Reality testing is your ability to see the facts as they are without putting your own emotional spin on them. If you're in a moment where there's a lot of stress, sometimes emotions can run high. If there's disagreement, let's say, in any type of meeting, are you, as the executive, able to be poised, calm yourself, slow down, and to be able to make clear judgments based only on the facts, divorcing yourself from any emotional attachment you might have to any of the facts that you are presenting? So when I look at those three things, if a person is low in any of those, we work to build those skills and then we work to balance them. And by working on emotional self-awareness, empathy, and reality testing, assuming a person has enough IQ, intellectual prowess, to get the job in the first place, they should be in a pretty good position then to be able to present strategy, to be able to be forward thinking, to be able to communicate succinctly and on point without getting in the weeds. So I hope this was helpful to you, and good luck.